Okay, so I just want to show you real quick because I mentioned in another video about making this lean top loin, sirloin stuff in the slow cooker, because cooking it in the broiler or baking it makes it kind of tough. And if you don't want to sit there and chew, then you want your meat to kind of fall apart, and then you want to cook it in a slow cooker. And what I do is I cook it in my slow cooker. I put my slow cooker, I select manual, I leave it on high, I hit enter, makes that annoying beep, and then over the top of this I add in, I have a 28 ounce 1 pound can, it's a 1 pound 12 ounce can of diced tomatoes with green peppers and onions. There you can see, I got my hand over the label. Let me see if I can, excuse me for a second, I'll have my tripod up. It is diced tomatoes with green peppers and onions, and I pour that in over the top. Okay. Usually I'll season the meat a little bit too, which is, I just forgot to do that, but it's alright. It's not going to hurt nothing. I can still put the seasoning in there. And then to this I'm going to add a little bit of my Sabor Latino adobo for meat, for zesty taste, bringing out the zest and flavor in the meat. And I'll probably add some cut up potatoes and maybe some carrots, and then I'll put some other vegetables that I'll steam separately and then I'll add, or I'll put some canned vegetables in at the end so that they cook in, and I'll show you that a little bit later. But yeah, this is going to cook for about 4 hours, and that's going to make that meat really, really tender. You can do this with the tomatoes, or if you don't mind a few added calories and some fat, you can use a beef or a mushroom gravy, which really isn't that bad either, because it does add some fats to it, but they're not bad fats. And it isn't really even a lot of calories, believe it or not. But yeah, so we're going to make my famous Drea slow cooker beef pot roast. Okay, so I'm just going to show you really quick what I did. On top of the meat and the tomatoes that you saw me put in, I added in a bunch of carrots, like a whole bag of baby carrots. They're like 35 calories per serving, and there's 5 servings in a bag, so do the math. It's not a whole lot, even if I was to eat a whole bunch of them, and I just want to cook them because I can always take them and eat them after, snack on them or what have you. To that I added 1 large sweet potato, and then I added 2 probably like small to medium size baked potato, russet, white russet potatoes, I guess you call them. So yeah, and then I added some onions. So again, so to this, to the tomatoes and the meat that you saw me put in the pot, okay, so to the meat and the tomatoes that you saw me put in the pot earlier, I went ahead and I added a whole bag of baby carrots, and then I added 1 large yam cut in rather large cube pieces, as you can see the orange. I added 2 russet potatoes. They're kind of like small to medium size. I cut up 1 yellow onion, 1 whole zucchini, and a little later, before the meal is about to be done, because I like some vegetables a little al dente than others, I'm going to add to this probably maybe some broccoli, cauliflower florets mix, or I might just add in some snow pea, broccoli, cauliflower, steam in a bag mixture, or I could even add like peas or what have you to this, or even corn, but corn is a little high in carbs because it is sweet. But yeah, so, oh, and I want to add some whole white mushrooms to this, and I don't want them to cook so bad that I can't see the whole caps, because I'll put the whole caps in it because I absolutely love mushrooms. So that's what I did. I'm going to put the lid on. This is going to cook for about 4 hours. It is 10:45 on my stove, so at 2:45 this should be all ready to eat.